What's up, beauts? It's Tuesday, it's Ben at This Messy Happy, and that can only mean one thing when you put the two together. Tutorial. And this week, we'll be talking about pacing correctly, both in training and in a race, and I'm going to do that via the medium of the Brighton 10K that I'm running today with Mary. If you're here to watch a tutorial where I stand in front of a white screen and dryly deliver information, you're probably in the wrong place. However, if you're here and you don't mind watching a bit of vlog-style storytelling tutorial where I take you through my day and give you the information, then maybe consider clicking the subscribe button and follow along for a little bit longer. Now here we are walking down to the start line of the Brighton 10K, and I'm with my friends Ian, Mary, and we've just lost Brett because I won't say where he's gone. My friend Mary. So what I'm talking about when I talk about pacing is that I think before you race you need to start sorting that out in practice. Some suggestions for some sessions that you can use in practice are something like running at different paces, which is, you could do a session, I think I've shared it before, is 4 minutes at your half marathon pace, 3 minutes at your 10K pace, 2 minutes at your 5K pace, and 1 minute flat out and repeat. So it gets you used to running at different paces. You could always do a session where you run for a kilometre at a certain pace, and oh, here's Brett, look. You could run for a kilometre at a certain pace, stop the watch, turn around and go back to where you started and see if you can hit that exact same pace going back. So it's a bit out and back, and you're practicing working on how it feels when you're running at a certain pace. Or perhaps you could even just go out, cover your watch up, run for a certain distance that you know, say a 5K or a 3K or a 1K, and then look at the feedback when you get back. So what did your watch say? How did it feel? So my first tip would be practice first pacing in training. Also, if you want to get your pacing right in a race, make sure you do a proper warm-up. So there you have it, race done. My race is probably different to your race, it's probably different to someone else's race, but the technique I like to use is that I know I'm going to go out a little too hard in that first 1 kilometre, so I accept that, and then for the next 8 kilometres I try and keep it nice and consistent, every kilometre about the same pace, and then finish off as hard as you can for that last kilometre. So you're aiming really for the first and last kilometre to be a little bit higher than the middle. It doesn't really matter if you're running for a time or if you're running just to enjoy it, but what you really need to focus on is consistency of kilometre speed. The other option you have is something called a negative split, which is running the second half of the race, whatever race you're doing, faster than that first half. So I can't quite master that yet because it is very hard when you're on your absolute limit. What I'm trying to say is that pacing isn't rocket science, but you do need to get to know your body first so that you can do it, because you almost always go out too hard in the first kilometre. That's just the adrenaline, the feeling of it. If you want to get to know your 10K pace, what you do is you take your 5K pace and times it by 2.1, roughly. You can smile at the camera, Mary.
Sorry, I was talking about the gift shop.
Oh, Mary was talking about the gift shop. And that pretty much wraps up this tutorial. If this has added value to you, then make sure that you subscribe or share or like or do whatever you do. And I hope to see you next week for more tutorial fun and weekly vlogs on a Sunday.